Hello and welcome to Learning from Lauren. I am Lauren, your host, and today we are going to talk about some of the best parts about becoming a travel agent. I have done a great number of videos about the hard parts of being a travel agent, but guess what? It's also really fun and cool to be a travel agent. So let's talk about that today. If you don't know, I am Lauren. I am a travel agent. I am also a teacher of 21 years, and I saw some holes in training and just overall information when becoming a travel agent. So I made this channel for you. Now, when we're talking about becoming a travel agent, and maybe you already are a travel agent and you're like, what are some of the good parts about becoming a travel agent? Well, number one is hopefully you are getting to do something you absolutely love. If you love to travel and know about the logistics of travel and planning travel, that is such a fun aspect for me. Like, I'm a teacher. That's literally what I do. I plan. So planning people's trips is like so much fun for me. I like the organization of it. I like planning it. I like thinking about all the different things that they might need to know because there's a lot of details in traveling that not everyone might know or think about when they first start to plan. And this is such a fun part for me because I get to kind of like show off, like, oh, don't forget about this part or don't forget about this. And it's so great to show that you are so knowledgeable about this destination or whatever, wherever you're going or planning for, because you get to kind of like pre-share information and that joy that you have when you go to that destination with those people. And having that like excitement, like, oh my gosh, aren't you so excited that you're going on this trip? Like, you finally get to go. I feel like that and all the time, and I love trying out new places to kind of figure out, like, okay, what areas here do we need to look out for? What should I be looking for here? Because there seems to be, some changes here, and I want to make sure people know about them. So I love just that planning part for people and kind of that little show off part. They're like, yeah, I totally know this and I've got this in the bag and I can totally help you with this. Now, the other thing that I think is a great part about becoming a travel agent is, guess what? You have to travel. And I love traveling. So I think it's so great that I'm like, okay, I get to plan now my schedule for the next year, the next 6 months, and like, where are the new places that we're going to go? Where are the repeating places that we're going to go? What do I need to try out? What do I need to try out on my own? What do I need to try out with my husband? What do I need to try out with my family and my extended family? So all those things come into play when you're a travel agent. And it's kind of fun because there are places that I've wanted to go that I kind of haven't been able to go. Well, obviously, many of us have not been able to go a lot of places, but I really focus in now on the United States. Like, I like traveling in the United States. I have done the traveling abroad, and not that it's all done, but I just at this point, like, I really think like I'm really into traveling in the United States. So I'm super excited to be traveling all these new places in the United States that I haven't done before because yes, I focus on like Disney, Universal, and cruising, but I do branch out and go other places. I can't just go to those three places. And I think that that's sometimes something kind of fun as a travel agent. Like, let's do some national parks. Like, yeah, like this is going to be so much fun. So you want to think, you know, you get to travel and your travel doesn't have to be extensive. Like, I'm saying I'm staying in the United States. It doesn't mean that you have to go over to Europe all the time or anything like that. Um, but you can definitely like kind of branch out, and no matter where you're traveling, you can kind of cover that. Even if it's not in your niche area, you can still like do those types of coverage of where you went because now you've been there and you're kind of branching out, and the people that have been clients might also enjoy where you're going because the clients that you're picking up or the clients that you're working with are kind of like-minded like you, and they want to know, where you're traveling, and people don't know about every destination in the world. So anything that you can cover is kind of helpful for anyone. Another great thing about becoming a travel agent is, you get to learn and explore new destinations. And sometimes you might be able to go on FAM trips. And I've talked about what a FAM is before, but it's a familiarization trip to get to know a certain property or location. And these can be done through your agency, or sometimes they can be done if you've done a certain number of training programs through that vendor. Then they will offer you different FAM trips, or if you sell a certain amount, then they will offer you a FAM trip. So all these things are kind of cool because it's like, oh, I get like to see everything at the resorts, and they really highlight things for me, and I could take pictures while I'm there and see things and try different things out so that I can go back and tell my clients about it. And I really like this idea of these FAM trips because they're a lot of fun. And if you get to go with other agents, it's a lot of fun. I work with like the most amazing agents. Like I get so excited, like, oh my gosh, I get to talk to blah, blah, blah today. And like now that we're planning like FAM trips, I'm like, oh my gosh, we get to go in this location together and we're going to have so much fun. And it's like, I have all these things planned that we probably won't get to, but it's so exciting when you get to go with people that you're super excited to be with. So that is also a lot of fun too. Another great thing about being a travel agent is just the community that you get to be a part of. Even though your agency, or if you're totally independent, agents are super nice to each other and they want to help each other out. If you're a new agent, we're all trying to help you out. We were all there one day and we know that you have questions, and, we're really trying to help you out. So you kind of like join this community that you just get to be a part of, and everyone is super nice and everyone is super helpful. I can't say every single person, but, most people are. I mean, the whole point, we're not competing against each other because half of us aren't even selling the same stuff. Like if you're not selling Disney, Universal, and cruising, like you're selling something totally different. So we're not in like competition with each other. And I never think that I'm in competition with someone, because the people that come to me that travel, the people that want to travel through me, that sounds weird. The people who are booking through me for their travel are, they like me and they like me for who I am. So people who book through you like you. So they're probably not going to be the same person. And we all bring something different to the table. So don't get hung up on, oh, I can't talk to that person. I can't talk to this person. I never think that way. And I mean, I still ask help all the time. I have a really good friend who is an agent that works with a totally different company. And since day one, she and I have just we're just friends, and we talk back and forth, and I ask her questions and I'll text her things. And on certain days, we'll message back and forth, and our husbands are very similar. So, we just have this special connection, and it's so great to just find that person. And they don't have to work with you. They don't have to be in the same agency as you. They can just be another human being that's also a travel agent that you can connect with. And you'll see if you become a travel agent that you can find your group and you can find other people that you're friends with that you can contact. And don't be afraid to contact them on social media. If you're following a travel agent and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so great, I can never reach out to them. Please reach out to people. It's social media. So you definitely can reach out to them and just say hi, or, like I sometimes when I'm going down to Disney, I'll put in like in the Disney travel agent groups, like anyone else going down this week, like maybe we can meet up, those types of things. So it's such a fun community to be a part of, and don't get discouraged if, there's one or two bad people out there, that's in every group. But for the majority of the part, everyone's here to help each other out. So that's probably enough for today, but these are just some of the reasons why it's so great to become a travel agent. And it's just so much fun. It really, really is. And especially if you find your agency that you are working with, or your host, or whatever it is that you work for, and you just find your groove there. Like, it's just so much fun to be a part of. And I just love it so much. So please check out the channel if you have other things. If you are interested in becoming a travel agent, I have mentioned before, I do not have any space to be a mentor, but I did come up with a little course. If you want to check that out. That information is below. And, you can be on your way to becoming a travel agent at any time. So, all right, that will do it for today's show. I will talk to you next time on Learning from Lauren. Bye.